I can guess the next setting for The Residence Season 2 if it happens. Alright, let's talk about something exciting. If The Residence gets a second season, I have a theory that's too good to ignore. I think I know exactly where it will be set. And trust me, once I lay out my reasoning, you'll see why it makes perfect sense. So let's set the scene. The first season of The Residence was all about a murder mystery set inside one of the most famous and exclusive places in the world, the White House. A murder happens, chaos unfolds, and the quirky yet brilliant detective Cordelia Cupp, played by the incredible Aduba, is on the case. But here's the thing. By the end of Season 1, Cupp cracked the case. The murder of White House Chief Usher A.B. Winter was solved. The story wrapped up in a satisfying way, and if the show continues, they can't just do the same thing again. They need something fresh. Something even more intriguing. Now, if Netflix decides to greenlight The Residence Season 2, the biggest question is, where do they take the story next? The White House worked perfectly the first time because it's a place that's so well known yet still full of mystery. But there's another place that fits that description just as well, maybe even better. And that place is Buckingham Palace. Think about it. The title The Residence doesn't have to refer only to the White House. It could mean any famous and exclusive home where power, secrecy, and scandal mix together. And after the White House, what's the next most iconic residence in the world? Buckingham Palace. The home of the British royal family. A place steeped in centuries of history, filled with traditions, mystery, and yes, secrets. If a murder were to take place inside Buckingham Palace, it would make headlines across the world. And just imagine the kind of chaos that would unfold if a detective like Cordelia Cupp had to navigate the royal household to solve the crime. Let's talk logistics. First of all, Buckingham Palace is massive. It's way bigger than the White House. While the White House has 132 rooms, Buckingham Palace has a mind-blowing 775 rooms. That's over 5 times the size. More rooms mean more suspects, more clues, and more places for secrets to be hidden. The show could take full advantage of the palace's grandeur and history, creating a mystery that feels even bigger and more dramatic than Season 1. And what about the people inside? Well, here's where things get interesting. In Season 1, the show introduced a fictional U.S. president and first family, making it easier to create drama without involving real-life figures too much. Buckingham Palace would present a challenge in that sense, since the royal family is so well known. But the show could get around this by focusing on the staff just like it did in Season 1. The palace has a massive workforce, from butlers and chefs to security personnel and advisors. It's a world within a world, full of individuals who know everything that happens inside those walls. What if one of them is found dead under suspicious circumstances? Who would be the prime suspect? A fellow staff member? A visiting dignitary? A royal insider? And imagine how the British media would react. The scrutiny. The pressure. The absolute firestorm of speculation. It would add another layer to the story, making the stakes even higher for Cordelia Cupp as she tries to separate fact from fiction and solve the case. Now, let's take this idea a step further. What if The Residence Season 2 isn't just about Buckingham Palace, but the start of something even bigger? What if each season takes us to a different famous residence around the world? Just picture it. Season 3 could take us to the Imperial Palace in Tokyo, home of the Japanese Emperor, a place steeped in culture and tradition. The mystery could be connected to a centuries-old secret buried deep within the palace walls. Then, Season 4 could transport us to the Quirinal Palace in Rome, a residence with a long and fascinating history. Maybe the crime this time isn't just about murder, it could be about a priceless artifact going missing, leading to a high-stakes international investigation. And if the show really wanted to go bold, how about setting a future season in Graceland? Yes, the legendary home of Elvis Presley. Imagine the kind of wild and unexpected storylines that could come from a crime happening inside one of the most famous rock and roll landmarks in history. Each season would introduce a brand new mystery, but Detective Cordelia Cupp would remain our guide, bringing her signature wit, charm, and brilliant deduction skills to every new case. The idea makes so much sense. It keeps the show fresh, it takes advantage of famous settings, and it allows the audience to experience thrilling mysteries in places they could only dream of visiting. And let's not forget one crucial thing, Netflix loves anthology-style series. Just look at how successful shows like The Haunting of Hill House, The White Lotus, and True Detective have been. Each season is a fresh story with a familiar style. The Residence could follow that same format, giving us a brand new high-profile mystery every time while keeping Cordelia Cupp at the center of it all. But now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Buckingham Palace would be the perfect setting for The Residence Season 2? Or do you have another idea for where the show should go next? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's get the conversation going. If you enjoyed this video and love a good mystery, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more theories and discussions, and turn on notifications so you never miss a deep dive like this. Thanks for watching, and remember, every residence has secrets. The question is, who's hiding them? Until next time.